You don't build the road, oh, you build what runs on it. Ken drew the line and the whole room felt it shift. AI is the infrastructure, not the bolt-on feature late. Like 1908, when the roads arrived and horses lost the gate. In 1903, the car was just a nuisance in the way. The infrastructure changed, and by 1908, the horses couldn't stay. Whatever you are building now, know the surface that it rides. The road already exists, and it is pulling at the ties. Frode said, I'm not against it. I use Claude, I use the rest. Apple Intelligence, clean the PDF. Copy on the flight, compressed. But spatial literacy's the live question still upon the floor. That's moving things around in space. Change how humans think and store. Walter Ong wrote how writing shifted even low literate minds. So before the AI takes the wheel, what does the manual act define? Not either or, the question is exactly where the human adds the weight. The friction ran the room, the question would not wait. Frode open, spatialized, visual meta live on screen. Two object types, glossary nodes and BibTeX citations. Lean and clean, and odd with XYZ. That's the entire spatial format, nothing more. Context sits as passive background, foreground holds the core. A Ken Perlin quote floated, tagged the Symposium 25. Selected, focus, snap the rest away. Watch the space come alive. But all the meeting quotes piled up and got messy fast. Frode wondered mid-session, should those even last? Drop to just people and concepts, keep the signal tight. The toolbar shifts contextually, boom, focus, kill the noise, ignite. Time set citations are breadcrumbs, color code the base. Red for annotation, blue for citation, glance across the space. The bibliography should be the gateway to the wider web of thought. One citation cited in 5 places. Here's the argument it bought. Toggle the messiness. Sometimes you want the past, sometimes the grind. Zoom in and out on information. That's where AI earns its time. He'd asked AI, he called it Jim, to build a task board game. Systems thinking, visualization gaming. Built it on his name, notebook behind it, made specifically for him. That was the creep, direction finding in the age of everything. How do you know what to keep? Can't ask. Can an AI act as a real research assistant to you? Knowing your context, your history, and exactly what you're trying to do. He showed his Wikipedia visualizer briefly the week before. Hierarchical tree, click any text, that text becomes the link to more. No hardwired ref, the connection stays contextual and fluid. AI will infer the link at runtime, dynamic and lucid. He raised diegetic prototyping, technology inside the world of story. Tony Stark and Jarvis, John Anderton in Minority. John Wick moving data, someone's glasses labeling the street. Design fiction, doing the hard thinking on what spatial interfaces mean. Peter's working with Ward Cunningham on federated wiki, gone 3D. WebXR with Babylon J's and 3J's. Staying headset free. The move from Ted Nelson, hard-coded heft to AI inferred link is already underway. Notebook is sitting on that brink, but the author perspective holds. Guide the reader through your view. I want you to see what I see, that intentionality stays true. Keep it specific, don't boil the ocean. Name a particular thing. He dropped the gather town and work redemption link to bring 2D conference maps with poster rooms and wander in between. Dot clusters round a paper where the author waits to be seen. They agree AR beats full VR. You need to see your room. Tim Cook said it years ago when Peter echoed the same tune. Frode agrees with Ken. AI's road, not a feature tacked on late. A plain text spatial format open enough for others to participate. But Ken pressed hard. The organizational mess you showed today is exactly what the LLMs are currently good at. Why walk away? Frode held ground on spatial literacy and what the manual act might be. Just physically moving nodes around, shift thinking. That's the key, the tension. AI's bypass of the brain, or AI's the road itself. Both valid where you're replace the human weight that stays on the shelf. Rob Swigard in the chat used HyperCard in '88. Jobs killed it. Bill Atkinson said no to VR. Probably right, he'd say. Tom dropped the link to make it so. Sci-fi design lessons, read the field. Ken said not yet, but now I will. Consider that book sealed. Orality and Literacy by Walter Wrong is threading through the group. Tom wants to see Frode's own annotations. Ted Nelson's dream on loop. Astral Druid type. We're designing for a moving target here. The environment reshapes us as we design the signal and the fear. Peter flagged that face cam glasses will poison the whole AR well. Privacy wrecks the marquee before the story's there to tell. Monday week the session pivots. A conference held in XR space. Specific days as timeline labels. Each paper finding its own place. How do you navigate the known?